The Gold Coast of Chicago is one of the most prestigious neighborhoods in the city. It is located in the downtown area along the coast of Lake Michigan. It is bordered by Michigan Avenue to the south and Lincoln Park to the north. This area is inhabited by some of the wealthiest individuals, not of only Chicago, but around the world. If you ever want to experience true, dated, beautiful architecture, all you need is an evening walk along one of the streets of the great Chicago Gold Coast.
Let's take a walking tour.
But first, let me take a selfie.
The first stop on our walking tour is one of the Lakeshore Drive mansions. It is an example of Romanesque Revival architecture.
This beautiful work of architecture was designed and built 100 years ago in 1914. It is famous for its exquisite courtyard.
Now let's hear the opinions of the locals.
What are your thoughts on this neighborhood?
It is my favorite neighborhood in the city.
We love it. We think it's a great neighborhood and a great place to live.
It's fantastic.
I like it a lot. It's very nice.
Good. Oh, I love it. Totally.
I love it here.
Can't beat it.
I think it's a fun neighborhood, and I think it's often misjudged that it's like for older people. I don't consider myself super old, but I think like if you find the right place to live, like I think it's very accessible for everybody.
Yeah, it's nice and quiet. Yeah.
Yeah, I love it. I bought a condo here. I love it so much.
It's kind of fancy, but fun. I mean, there's a lot going on.
The Charnley Persky House was designed by Frank Lloyd Wright in 1892. It is currently a national landmark.
This home was built for Joseph Medill, the former owner of the Tribune, in 1891.
Interestingly, this house was home to lawyer Robert Todd Lincoln, son of Abraham Lincoln.
Describe this neighborhood in one word.
I'd say it's very vibrant and exciting. There's always something going on in the neighborhood.
And it's beautiful.
It is.
A true neighborhood.
Fancy, I would say.
Friendly.
Classy.
Relaxed.
It's kind of fancy and it's a little ritzy. I'd say. In my opinion, but
Charming.
This estate is located on the grounds of a Catholic cemetery. Currently, the Cardinal resides here. Since 1880, every Archbishop of Chicago has lived here. There is also a coach house in the back.
This great piece of architecture was formerly the Playboy Mansion. It was built in 1899 for a surgeon. The Playboy Bunnies moved in around 1960 to 1970.
You know any interesting facts about the Gold Coast?
That the elementary school Ogden has been around for 100 plus years, and they just knocked it down.
ooh, questions. Well, everybody knows this, but the Cardinal lives in that building.
The Playboy Mansion. I mean, there's lots of history in these mansions on these blocks. I mean, I think that's probably the main. And then Rush Street used to be very like, it was like brothels and like it was very smutty compared to what it is now, which I think is interesting. It's like
before you could fly from New York to LA, the jets couldn't carry enough fuel, so they had to stop in Chicago, and all the celebrities, when they were going between New York and LA and back and forth, would always stay at the Ambassador East Hotel, which is now Public Chicago. Studs Terkel, I believe, lived in the building on the corner of Goethe and Astor.
Actually, very interesting.
Hemingway lived on the street
Oh, wow.
for a brief